Hi guys, today we are going to talk about the idioms. Before we start reading the first unit, let's define the word idiom. Actually, idioms are expressions that convey a meaning in a figurative way. It means that at first glance you cannot guess the meaning. Native speakers use idioms frequently in their speech. Hence, you as the English students are supposed to learn common idioms to have a better comprehension. Now let's have a look at the first unit. Unit 1 contains idioms that are related to the health condition. Part A. The first one is under the weather. It means feel sick or ill. One of the most useful methods to learn idioms is to visualize them. You can imagine how someone feels if he or she gets stuck in a blizzard or an inclement weather. Certainly, he would get sick. The next idiom, look like this warmed up. It's a bit threatening, isn't it? Again, I want you to imagine this expression. Imagine the angel of death doing yoga, for example, to warm himself up. But why? To visit a mortal soul. Oh, that's really terrifying. So, we use this idiom when we want to say that someone is extremely ill. Recharge someone's batteries. Yes, it is really easy to learn. As you all have smartphones, you know how a cell phone would be when the battery goes dead. It surely doesn't work. So, in order to use it again, you need to recharge its batteries. In the same way, when a person doesn't feel well, he needs to recharge his batteries to regain his energy. Feel off color. Someone who is looking pale and someone who is slightly ill. That is obvious too. When a person's face doesn't have its usual color, we say that he feels off color. On the road to recovery, again, it is really palpable. The picture is totally vivid for us. When a person is getting better after a period of sickness, we say she is on the road to recovery. On the mend is the synonym of on the road to recovery. Needless to say, mend means to repair something. Actually, the meaning of this idiom is obvious and it is not far-fetched. Let's move on to the next idiom, as fit as a fiddle. The origin of this idiom dates back to the 16th century. In that time, the word fiddle was used to refer to both the instrument and the person who plays it. As a matter of fact, the fiddler, the person who plays the fiddle, was a vivacious person who entertains his audience. As a result, we can say that as fit as a fiddle means to be as vivacious and jolly as a fiddler. It means to be perfectly well. On the flip side, many believe that fiddle refers to the instrument, not its player, claiming that many years ago the word fit didn't mean healthy, but suitable for a purpose. So we can conclude that this expression meant as suitable for its purpose as a fiddle is for music making. Anyway, nowadays we use this expression to say that someone is perfectly well, healthy and strong, the person who exercises a lot. In part B, there are some idioms that we can use to describe the people who sound mad, stupid, crazy, or unintelligent, or to describe a person who behaves in a weird way. Pay attention to this point that these idioms are informal. It means that you'd better not use them in formal situations.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. Most everyone's mad here. You you've noticed that I'm not all there myself. And the more us out of breath.
Goodness. If the people here are like that, I must try not to upset them.
Well, all idioms in Part C are informal idioms meaning die. Let's take a look at the origin of one of them. Bite the dust. This idiom has a classical origin dating back to Homer's Iliad. His fellow warriors, many a one, fall around him to the earth and bite the dust. The original meaning of bite the dust was to fall in the battle. You can imagine the arena where gladiators fought to death many years ago. When one of them fell in the battle, he was doomed to death. Okay, you can surf the net to read the stories about other idioms or visualize them to learn of them by heart. Part D are idioms using a word or a term related to medicine, but they are not necessarily convey a meaning pertinent to health conditions. As you can see, a sore point is something that makes you upset or angry when someone talks about it. This idiom is not difficult to keep in mind. Sore means painful, as a sore throat. So when something is a sore point for you, it means that it is painful and you will feel pain. The next idiom, a taste of your own medicine, means that you do the same unpleasant thing to someone that they have done to you. Let me tell you a story so that it will be inculcated in your mind. Can you remember the story of the crane and the fox? The cunning fox first invited the crane and he served the food in the plate, so the crane could not eat the food with its long beak. After a few days, the adroit crane invited the fox and gave him a taste of his medicine. But how? She served the food in a long and narrow bottle. The next idiom, bitter pill to swallow. Bitter pill to swallow is an unpleasant fact that is difficult to accept. When we are sick, we have to take pills to get better. Although we all know that they taste awful, we take them. Then we have sugar the pill. Well, you know how does a pill taste. I'm sure all of you experienced such a situation during your childhood, especially when you were vaccinated. The nurses usually give the children a piece of candy or chocolate when they are vaccinating children, so that the children will accept it easily. Sugar the pill means to make an unpleasant thing or situation more pleasant for the person who has to accept it. The last one, but not the least one, is have itchy feet. Have itchy feet means that you want to travel a lot. Imagine your feet are itching, so you will become restless and you may want to move to scratch at an itch. Well, we have come to the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoy learning these idioms. Thank you.